Dear employees, welcome to Biterna Adriatic's Business Review. We are very pleased to share with you some of the major insights from 2022, and we are very confident that you would like to hear some of the updates from the Adriatic region. Let's start with the first person who will share with us some results, the information about the merger with Telefonica, and some future plans. Let's start with Blaž Strle. Hello Blaž, thank you for joining me.
Hello Sarah.
So, what can you tell me about the results this year?
What a nice question to break the ice. So far we're on target, so revenue-wise as well as EBIT-wise. This means that we're actually 10% above last year in revenue, and we're slightly below last year in EBIT, but that was also planned, so it's okay. What are also figures showing us, it's also been a little bit difficult here, so we are a little bit slower growing on the services, which is, I think, rooted in the fact that in general in the industry currently there's a high turnover rate, and I think everybody in a company feels a little bit of a pressure because of lots of people are changing jobs. On the other hand, we also can feel some of the pressure of raising salaries, which is actually the biggest cost in our company. So it's a little bit challenging, and I would say also different situation than it was last year, but we're doing quite okay.
Okay, thank you. So what can you tell me about the current market trends?
Yeah, that's a broad question, I would say. So let me just pick two of them out. One that is important for us is if we look back in 2021 at the beginning of the year, there was lots of saying around big resignation. So everybody, especially in US, they were just leaving jobs, and unemployment rate was higher because of that. What's now happening just in the recent couple of months is we're talking about big regret. So people that were kind of not working anymore, they're now regretting it because it's not so easy, and it's not so easy to get a new job. So I think that's the first trend that's changing. The second one is related with recent announcement from Powell. Powell is the chairman of Fed, and he said that US is going to raise interest rates no matter what, meaning that price stability and fighting inflation is the highest priority no matter what happens on the market. And he also kind of announced it's going to be a little bit tougher times for the economy. Mm-hmm. So we don't have a glass ball what's going to happen, but we can kind of see in which direction this is going.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you mentioned inflation. So what do you think? I mean, what will happen with the salaries? Will they change according to inflation also, or?
I don't think salaries will change according to inflation, or to put it in the other way, if salaries in general change according to inflation, this is the end of it. So it's just a downward spiral. So it means that inflation will be just higher and it multiplies, and we need to stop it. And governments need to stop it, and this is what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So I don't expect that salaries in general will go with inflation. If you're asking about our company, which is probably the hidden question behind it,
it is.
It's the same answer. No, it's not going to happen because it doesn't make sense. So first thing why it doesn't make sense is we cannot afford it. So then we go into red numbers if we just change it. And if we go into red numbers, long-term sustainability is gone. The second reason is not every employee in our company is in the same position. So some recently just joined, and they already have salaries according to the market prices. Some had recent changes, some needs to be updated, some are better performing, some are a little bit worse performing. So it's not one size fits all. And the third reason is just from general economic point of view, if everybody raises salaries, then it's game over.
Okay, thank you for this explanation. Now let's go into one of the biggest events in 2022, which is the merger with Telefonica. So what this means for us, I mean, what can we expect in life at Biterna, and what will this also mean for the business?
We're still following what was agreed at the beginning, so it's going to be light integration, meaning the majority of efforts are in finance department. We are getting used to new, let's say, month closing and new regulation. Other than that, I don't expect there will be much changes. Of course, we are sharing opportunities. We also already shared what Biterna can do on the market and maybe how Telefonica can support us, especially in the sales part and vice versa. But this is mainly on a case-by-case basis. So how much synergies will there be, I think mainly depends on everybody. So as much as you identify and push for it, as much it's going to happen. Other than that, I don't see there will be huge changes. Now, if you look from the kind of bird's eye perspective, a little bit from the higher perspective, if really we are going into the economy is going to slow down a little bit, I think Telefonica is a good thing because it's a strategic investor, and these periods of economic slowdown usually last for 1 or 2 years, and strategic investor look into 5 or more years. So they know that this is just a period, and we need to go and live through this, and everything's going to be okay.
Okay, perfect. So the new strategy was also explained at the summit. So are we already doing something into that direction?
Yes, we are. I cannot really now emphasize everything because it's too much, and some of the topics like HR and professional services will be also addressed in the interviews following mine. Maybe just to highlight sustainability. So what we're preparing in sustainability is offering for our customers. We know that there's a new UI legislation coming up in 2024. Lots of companies will have to report, and we will try to support them with our solution. What we're already doing also on our side is paperless initiative. And just to give you some idea of how far we already are, before that in 2021 there were approximately 10,000 pages printed per month. And we already reduced that to 5,000. And we plan to reduce that further to 3,000. I'm speaking about Adriatic. And there's, this 3,000, or out of this 5,000, you also need to know that 2,500 is coming from operations. So it's also on everybody to try to reduce and to think why do you really need to print in order to get to. We're not going to get to 0, but we can get to 2,000 to 3,000 per month, which is quite significant figure. To put it into perspective, this is around, in 1 year, we have a reduction of around 50,000 or 60,000 pages. That's like 7 trees or 25,000 liters of water.
Okay, yeah.
You're probably now thinking it doesn't sound much. It's like 7 trees. It's not much.
Okay, yeah.
It's true, but I strongly believe that what you do and what you believe in also shapes the surrounding around you. So it's like, I think we need to be the change that we want to see in the world. So we need to start with us and lead by example.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for this.
So maybe just to highlight some other areas from this global standards point of view, we are now setting up the pilot in project operation module. This is for F&O. We are standardizing delivery model. We're also, for example, in BI, we have now standardized offering for trainings and for coaching for our customers. We're digitizing processes in CRM, so we can deliver trainings not through face-to-face experience, but through micro learning. So lots is going on in that perspective.
Perfect. Good news then.
Yes.
Okay, now a bit more personal questions, if you don't mind. So, what is the greatest challenge for you as a general manager?
If you're a general manager, you need to take care of more or less of everything. So there are lots of small challenges, but the biggest one, I would say, probably to keep everybody happy. So you need to keep happy employees, customers, owners, stakeholders, and not just happy. You need to make sure that everybody swims or goes in the same direction, and that they're also motivated to go there. So this is, I think, the biggest challenge. More on a personal side, I would say for me, it's finding a balance between strategy and operations, or finding a balance between leadership and how deep you go into technology and how deep you go into daily operations, so you don't lose this sense what's going on. So day has 24 hours and you need to really know where to focus and where to put your energy, and sometimes it's hard to find the balance.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, and the second question, what have you learned from our employees, maybe?
Maybe the right answer would be everything.
Okay.
No, but it's true. It's like I can read all books in this world, listen to all podcasts, go to, I don't know, several schools, trainings, but there's always a situation that's not covered there. And that's actually the beauty of it. Sooner or later you come to some unknown situation, and then you just you listen what others do, you observe, you learn, and then you grow. And I am who I am today is just because I've been put in this environment. I've been able to learn from this environment, and without that, there would be nothing. I mean, you can attend all schools in this world, and you will never achieve this. So it's a learning process for all of us, I would say. Maybe if you want to have more kind of concrete example, I think I have improved quite significantly in dealing with difficult situations in the last year. So situations where everything is heated, where emotions kind of kick in. And what I've learned and what I'm doing quite differently now is that before you do anything, if you want to resolve a conflict, you need to find the same ground with the person, the opposite person. So you need to, no matter how hard it is, no matter how many arguments you have, you need to go to the other side. So you don't go to the drug addict and say, stop using drugs. It will not work. You first need to accept the situation, understand him, and then when you build trust, you build a bridge and you get him to your side. And this has been quite helpful for me in business life and also in personal life.
Interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Blaž. Would you like to add some concluding remarks, maybe something inspirational, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, if I put now into current economic perspective, I would say two things. One is just it's not the strongest of the species which survives. It's the one most adaptable to change. We need to think about it. We need to be flexible. And the second one is I already mentioned it. It's just what we do and what we believe in changes the world around us, and we need to be the change that we want to see in the world.
Perfect. Thank you, Blaž.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it.
What I believe will be very interesting for all of you is our people development project that we have been working on for quite some time now. This means basically that we have been working on career paths, skill matrices, and what is still to come is talent management, succession planning, L&D support, your individual development plans, and then also to follow promotion guidelines and benefit systems. This, I think, will give you some sort of a perspective or projection of how your careers in the future might look like. Basically, we have set up, as mentioned, skill matrices where we have defined which soft skills, which technical skills, and which also, let's say, behaviors connected to our values you should have at which level of the position. So at each point of time, you can basically check in, have a look into it and see what would be required for you to climb another step. This also means that in the near future, there will be evaluations made for each and every employee, which will give us some sort of a, let's say, overview of where you currently are. This will also, of course, be communicated then to you. Together with you, we will then prepare your individual development plan in order to help you develop further, in order to then eventually reach the higher step. This, I think, will give you some sort of a projection, some sort of a career plan. At each point in time, you will be able to look into the skill matrix and compare your current individual evaluation to the skill matrix and see what are the skills and the competencies needed still in order to move yourself either vertically or horizontally to some other position. So to give you just a bit more information regarding your individual development plan, this means that, as mentioned before, each employee will receive their individual assessment compared to the skill matrix. This will be communicated to you. Of course, inputs from your side will be welcome. Then we will go through the gap analysis, which will be the base for your individual learning and development plan, where we will provide you possible trainings, possible on-the-job tasks, possible development articles or something. So you will have regular check-ins with your leader, where you will be able to go through the progress, state potential issues that you have, potential troubles that you're having with making your progress. And of course, at these sessions, you will be able also to ask for help, ask for more details in which direction you should move. And this should be like, a circle that is never then interrupted. It should be like whole round trip for your career. So whenever you reach next step, there is something else awaiting you, so either vertically or horizontally. So just as a final information, we are currently setting up the skill matrix. This will lead us to the career paths, and all the other steps that were mentioned at the beginning are to follow soon. Okay, and now for the topic of vacation days. As you are all aware, we have changed the vacation guidelines, adding 2 additional days to the legal requirements of 20 days. So our base is now 22 days. Of course, what is legally obliging, so what is stated in labor law for each location, is of course valid and differentiates between the locations. But we have added to these legal requirements also then total years of service. So for each day up until 15 years, 1 additional day. And the most important thing, I think, the BITRNA years of service. So each 2 years of BITRNA years of service brings you additional 1 day. We have, however, limited these vacation days to maximum of 30 days. Additionally, this means that if with only legal requirements you come to over 30 days, then of course you get over 30 days. But if you do not have additional, let's say, legally obliging days, then you get up to 30 days of vacation. What I think is also important is that we have limited the transfer of the vacation days to the next year to 5 days a year. So regarding the transfer of these 5 days, the guideline, of course, is valid from the next year. But we highly advise you that in this year you use as many vacation days as possible, because of course next year you will have more vacation, and then of course end of the year will come, and we would just like to avoid the situations where then you cannot use the vacation that you should use, because of course vacation has its purpose. It has the purpose that you relax, that you forget about your job, and that when you return you're even more productive and even more successful at what you do.
BC Express is a new product we have been working on for the past 4 months. The initiative came from Microsoft Austria. The idea behind that is to create an offer for small businesses with industry focus, and we started with Austria and professional services.
Business Central Express is the result of market research and internal voting system, We have decided to go with this name because it indicates the main differentiation from standard BC offering, which is fast implementation. Special methodology on implementation of this product requires more learning from the client side and preparation for the workshops. If they follow setup milestones, they can be up and running with this product in 2 weeks. More time they invest on learning, lower implementation costs, and it makes it more affordable and attractive to the small companies. In terms of the product, it is basically standard BC cloud version with no customizations and predefined setup for companies within the professional service industry.
These small projects should be highly standardized. That's why we did lots of documentation around it. We have 4 segments in our offer for professional services. We have BC Express Core, which covers finance, purchase, sales. We have BC Core Advanced, which covers the same topics but in advanced manner. And we also cover project management and inventory. These projects are not only for the small companies who cannot afford classic IT implementations, but they are for example, startups which are starting with their businesses, so we can accompany them in their business growth. We don't do any business analysis. That's why it's important that our customers adopt standard solution for Business Central. We have special methodology for these small projects. We prepared lots of documentation around it. We also try to work on a standardized project plan. We did lots of user manuals, also lots of UAT scenarios and other documentation that can help us in easy implementation and onboarding of the customers. We have our offer divided into 4 segments. BC Express Core, which covers finance, sales, purchase. BC Express Advanced, which covers the same thing. And also we added inventory and project management. So these projects are not only for the small companies which cannot afford expensive projects, but they're also for startups, and we can accompany them in their business growth, and they could be ready for other implementations later. Also, the main prerequisite for these projects is that our customers adopt standard solution. We are not doing business analysis. First, we prepared database for Austria for professional services. We have this predefined setup for professional services, which will be applicable for other countries as well. Also, we did, as I mentioned before, lots of documentation. So we did lots of user manuals, videos, migration videos, migration manuals, UAT scenarios, project plan. We have also different kinds of UAT scenarios for different business processes, internal steps when creating new company, internal steps when doing user-specific setup, and so on. Also, we did this user portal where we stored this documentation, and we made roadmap for future apps and features, so our users will be able to vote for some functionalities so they can promote them.
In terms of marketing, in the first phase of the project, we have prepared the first marketing materials such as product webpage, brochure, request for free trial, teaser video, and translations in German. Currently, we are waiting on marketing budget sign-off together with Microsoft, and then we will continue with other planned activities.
Okay, we have lots of plans, of course, but the first thing is that we got a customers list from Microsoft Austria, and we are ready for implementations. But we have plans to do the same for Germany and to focus more on manufacturing as an industry. We also want to replace Flying Start here in Adriatic region with BC Express, and at the same time we are working on this BC Express Core product, which means that we want to make the onboarding for our customers more easy. We want to do some automatizations and so on.
Once the marketing budget is signed off with Microsoft, we will start paid promotional activities to get the first leads for this product. At the same time, we plan to localize all the marketing materials in German and improve all marketing collateral based on the first feedback from the market and the external marketing agency provided by Microsoft.
We have a small cross-country team. We want to expand it, of course. We are looking for consultants who speak German, so you're welcome. And I really want to thank our team for doing really amazing job. And thanks to Ana Maria and Ivarak for filming this video.
A while ago, we started a Biterna group-wide initiative for professional services industries to cover end-to-end processes of clients offering different services. During the process of creating an offering, we narrowed down focus area to IT companies as we have the most know-how and can relate to topics as Biterna is facing similar challenges. For now, we have prepared the initial offering and we already have a list of companies we want to target. The industry approach is a bit different of what we're used to, as we want to offer the solution covering multiple business lines within Biterna: ERP, finance and operations, business central, project operations, CRM and BI. Even though we already have some clients in this area, industry focus will create even more opportunities as we are able to provide an end-to-end solution to the market. Not only that now we have a focus on specific clients, but we also have an opportunity to build a deeper know-how and get to know the best practices within the industry. As we build industry knowledge and gain experience, we have an opportunity to build a solution once and sell it multiple times and automate, digitalize repeatable tasks over time. This is a proven model from our other vertical solutions such as utility infrastructure management solution, where we had a seamless delivery in Jamaica throughout our partner. The benefits from our point of view are that through this initiative we have an opportunity to extend outside current borders as we gain access to the DACH and Nordics clients. This allows us to follow opportunities and projects in entire Europe and enable our employees to work on these international projects. The other benefit is that we have access to our colleagues' experience with different projects in the industry and different regions. Team members in this initiative come from different regions of Biterna Group. Ivarak from Zagreb as a marketing business partner, Tine Linarčić from Ljubljana as industry sales manager, Matthias Rode from Leipzig as representative of Business Central and Biterna Project Professional Services, Jernej Modic from Ljubljana as F&O representative, and myself as a professional services industry owner. As already mentioned, Professional Services Initiative is one of the first initiatives not only to combine different business lines, but also to be a Biterna Group collaboration. This approach aligns with Biterna's strategy in terms of industry focus, as well as global standards. There are many benefits of group-wide collaboration. Among them are knowledge and experience sharing, resource sharing, and the ability to compete for and deliver bigger projects. It's especially beneficial that we can have local presence in many countries if needed. The other thing is that by implementing more and more projects, we can use this information gained to discover opportunities to create Biterna's own IP and solutions to cover requirements that may not be optimally covered by standard applications. This can be then used in new implementations and offered on the market as Biterna products.
Well, basically, it's a mentorship program that aims to enhance leadership and other soft skills in young potential candidates. They have this program that takes you through some workshops, some skill learning, mentorship. We also get to meet some business leaders, have some interactive workshops with them.
Workshops and some lectures are
Yeah.
also expected, and I think like a field trip, I think.
Yeah, we get to visit a company, and also something is planned to take the team abroad. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think besides what Dara mentioned, I think an important, I mean the focus of this is, I would say, the networking, because mainly you get to know all the participants and share whatever knowledge you have.
Exactly.
I personally thought it would be a good opportunity for personal and career development. Besides that, networking, because there are a lot of people from different backgrounds and different experiences. They have different knowledge and expertise, I think.
Yeah, it's very similar for me as well. I aim to enhance my soft skills, develop some leadership skills through all the workshops and the program that is planned for us. But most of all, I'm very looking forward to networking, to meeting other young people from, let's say, different business areas that I'm currently working at, and to gain some insight into other businesses. I'm very much intrigued by their view of the leadership skills. It's not very ego-oriented or hustle culture that we are experiencing nowadays. It's more it's a stress on soft skills, which I'm very eager to tap into. Also on empathy, on culture of dialogue. So this is all that I'm very looking forward to go through in this program.
I personally think that this could improve my leadership skills. That could be very much needed, who knows, one day. And besides that, we might find some new potential customers for our company.
Well, young as us, obviously.
Young, not too young, not too old.
Yeah. No, in all
person
fairness.
full of energy and
Exactly. Energy, and somebody who's open-minded, who is very sociable, likes to cooperate with other people. I think
explorer type of person.
Yeah, works good in a team. So far, the people we've met have been very friendly, very enthusiastic and energetic. So I think you have to be that kind of type of person to collaborate in this program.
Yes, it's only been one meeting so far, but the first impression was very positive for me. I think the people are very open-minded and talkative.
Hi all! For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ines Stefancic and I'm head of Back Office Ljubljana. In addition to my basic function, I'm also responsible for the information security and GDPR part on the level of Adriatic region. The importance worth empathize here is the digitalization aspect. My role here is to drive and push our internal processes with our goal to become paperless company. As you have probably heard, this year I took part in the selection of ADMA Excellence of the Year as one of the 3 top finalists. ADMA, it is an award that highlights successful and promising individuals who work in the field of management support, build and connect relations on the level of the entire organization. Of course, I did not apply myself, but I was nominated by Biterna HR and management, which I consider as a great honor and confirmation that I'm doing my job well. Since this was the first time that I was in the spotlight, I have to say, in the beginning it was quite stressful for me, but at the end it was very rewarding. It was a great experience and I ended up having a lot of fun. So I recommend to try stepping out of your comfort zone and trying new things in life. Okay, so this was this year's business review. I hope you found all the updates interesting and insightful, and I hope to see you next year.